Okay, it's been a minute. Busy. Anyway, the Day of Atonement. Now the Lord spoke to Moses after the death of Aaron's two sons, when they offered strange fire before the Lord and died. And the Lord said to Moses, "Tell Aaron, your brother, not to come at just any time into the holy place inside the veil, in the presence of the mercy seat on the ark of the testimony, lest he die. For I will be seen in the cloud above the mercy seat. Thus Aaron shall come into the holy place with a young bull of oxen as a sin offering, and a ram as a whole burnt offering. He shall put the holy linen tunic and the linen trousers on his body. He shall be girded with a linen sash, and with the linen turban he shall be attired. These are holy garments. Therefore he shall wash his body in the water and put them on. Then he shall take from the congregation of the children of Israel 2 kids of the goats as a sin offering, and 1 ram as a whole burnt offering. Aaron shall offer the young bull as his sin offering to make atonement for himself and his house. He shall take the 2 kids and present them before the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of testimony. Then Aaron shall cast lots for the 2 kids, 1 lot for the Lord, and the other lot for the scapegoat. Aaron shall bring the kid on which the Lord's lot fell and offer it as a sin offering. But the kid on which the lot fell to be the scapegoat shall be presented alive before the Lord, to make atonement upon it, to let it go as the scapegoat into the desert. Then Aaron shall offer the young bull as his sin offering, to make atonement for himself and his house. Thus he shall kill the young bull as his sin offering. He shall then take a censer full of burning coals of fire from the altar before the Lord, with his hands full of his incense compound, beaten fine, and bring it inside the veil. He shall put the incense on the fire before the Lord, that the cloud of incense may cover the mercy seat on his testimonies, lest he die. He shall take some of the young bull's blood with his finger and sprinkle it upon the east side of the mercy seat 7 times. After that, he shall kill the kid of the sin offering before the Lord on behalf of the people, and bring some of its blood inside the veil. Do with that blood as he did with the blood of the young bull, and he sprinkle it upon the east side of the mercy seat 7 times. So he shall make atonement in the holy place because of the impurities and the injustices of the children of Israel for all their sins. And thus he shall do this in the tabernacle of testimony, built among them in the midst of their uncleanliness. There shall be no man in the tabernacle of testimony when he goes in to make atonement in the holy place, until he comes out, that he may make atonement for himself, his household, and all the congregation of the children of Israel. Then he shall go out to the altar before the Lord and make atonement upon it. And he shall take some of the blood of both the young bull and the kid and put it on the horns of the altar all around. Then he shall sprinkle some of the blood upon it with his finger 7 times and cleanse and sanctify it because of the impurities of the children of Israel. Now, when it comes to notes from the previous page, I covered that already in part 50. And then as far as the sacrifice goes on the page that's adjacent to 141, I went over that on part 50 as well. So now I'll continue on into the next parts of this this whole thing. The scapegoat. When Aaron shall finish making atonement in the holy place, the tabernacle of testimony, and the altar, shall also cleanse matters concerning the priests. Then he shall bring the living kid. Aaron shall place his hands on the head of the living kid, confess over it all the transgressions of the children of Israel, and all their lawlessness, and all their sins. And he shall put them on the head of the living kid, and send it away into the desert by the hand of a suitable man. The kid shall bear on itself all their wrongdoings to an uninhabitable land. Thus he shall send away the kid into the desert. Then Aaron shall come into the tabernacle of testimony and take off the linen garments he put on when he went into the holy place, and he shall leave them there. He shall then wash his body with water in a holy place, put on his garments, and come out to offer his whole burnt offering, and the whole burnt offering of the people, to make atonement for himself, his house, the people, and in matters concerning the priests. The fat of the sin offering he shall offer on the altar. He who set away the kid, which was set apart from remission, shall wash his clothes, and bathe his body in water, and afterward he may come into the camp. The young bull and the kid for the sin offerings, whose blood was brought in to make atonement in the holy place, shall be carried outside the camp, and they shall burn them in the fire, their skin, their flesh, and their offal. Then he who burns them shall wash his clothes, bathe his body in water, and afterward he may come into the camp. Notes from the previous page. 16:6. An offering must be made for the priest and his household before he could carry out his duties of the day. So too, the clergy of the church should never assume they do not need cleansing, for they too, in their households, sin, as do others. The role of the clergy is unique, but they are still sinners in need of a sacrifice. It is not only the people who confess themselves to be chief of sinners at every divine liturgy, the clergy do as well. 16:8. Both goats together are one sin offering. Aaron cast lots over the two goats. The one on which the lot fell was for the Lord and was to be slain. The other would be the scapegoat, to be let go into the wilderness. It takes both goats to make clear as one picture what was happening. Theodoret writes regarding these two goats, I will, however, mention the sacrifice in which two goats were offered, the one being slain, and the other let go. In these two goats, there is an anticipative image of the two natures of the Savior. In the one let go of the impassible Godhead, and in one slain of the passible manhood. 16:16. Blood from the young bull was sprinkled 7 times on the east side of the mercy seat, the symbol of completion. This was to cleanse the Holy of Holies, to make atonement for the Holy of Holies itself, because of the impurities of the sons of Israel. Similarly, Christ sprinkled his own blood into the heavenly Holy of Holies, so we might enter there in worship. Hebrews 9:23-24. 16:21. The high priest laid his hands on the head of the live goat in doing so. He laid the sins and transgressions of the sons of Israel on the head of the goat. The goat, an innocent victim, bore on itself all the inequities of the people. The goat, taken by a designated person, was sent off into the wilderness. The picture is clear. As the goat goes into the wilderness, so do the sins and transgressions of the people, never to be seen again. This reminds us of the psalmist's words. As far as the east is from the west, so he removes our transgressions from us. Psalms 102:12. This marvelous reality is a part of the foundation of what Orthodox priest says in the sacrament of confession. And now, having no further care for the sins you have confessed, go in peace.